Welcome back to Wrestling World. Today we'll be taking a look at a huge return that has been teased by Natalya, and the big news about Ali being revealed as Retribution's leader. Let's start things off with this teaser from Natalya. Natalya recently teased that she was training with someone that she couldn't tell us about. Natty had this to say on Twitter. Finished a wrestling practice in our ring. TJ Wilson ran our practice with Dr. Tom, man in the middle drills. Forgot how much I hate those drills. So much fun. Wish I could tell you who I trained with. She ended that tweet with some winking emojis as well, so that's a nice little tease there by Natalya. Who was she training with, and why can't she tell us their name? Is it because that individual is preparing for a WWE return? I think that's possibly the case here. So who's our main suspects for who Natty was training with? I think there's two names that have the highest possibility. Those two names being Melina or Ronda Rousey. We've been hearing for weeks now that Melina has just signed with WWE, and they're waiting for a way to reintroduce her to TV. Melina has responded to the rumors, saying that it's not true, but reports insist that Melina was trying to cover up the leak and that she's still returning in the very near future. Another report came out last weekend claiming that Melina's name is being brought up in the creative meetings. They're actively trying to find a way to work Melina into current storylines. So, could Natalya have linked up with Melina to train? It's a possibility, considering Melina is preparing for a WWE return. Natalya is one of those all-time great performers, a future Hall of Famer. So it makes sense that you would want her to train and prepare with her. But what if it's not Melina? If it's not Melina, then my other guess would be Ronda Rousey. Obviously, Ronda Rousey and Natalya are extremely close friends behind the scenes. WWE even brought their friendship to television a few years ago, and Ronda and Natalya would even walk out to the ring together. That's a real genuine friendship right there. We've been hearing small rumors about Ronda Rousey's return for several months now. We even talked about a story a few weeks ago, how Ronda Rousey was spotted training with Roddy Piper's daughter. Ronda wasn't hiding anything about that training. She posted the pictures and even posted a caption about how much she missed it. So, Natalya's training partner being Ronda Rousey doesn't seem like that much of a reach either. Considering their close friendship and the fact that Ronda Rousey has been doing a lot of actual training lately, it makes sense for Natalya to be talking about Ronda Rousey in that tweet. She probably didn't want to mention her by name because they don't want to spoil the surprise that Ronda Rousey is real close to her return. Just looking at some of the responses to that tweet from Natalya, it seems like the popular name that everyone kept guessing was Ronda Rousey. I saw some Melina guesses thrown in there as well, but for the most part, Ronda Rousey was the most popular guess. I think it all lines up perfectly and makes a lot of sense for it to be Ronda Rousey, but we'll have to see if Natalya will continue to tweet out teasers. But it does look like some big return is happening real soon, and they're already training heavily for their return. So let's talk about Retribution. Retribution has really taken a full 180 over the last few weeks. With their unordinary masks and weird names, a lot of people seem to look at Retribution as a joke. But a lot has changed over the last few weeks. The 5 main Retribution members are now all on Twitter, and they're extremely entertaining to follow and see what they're saying on Twitter. T-Bar is probably the greatest one to follow right now. Whoever's behind these accounts just doesn't care. They're calling out anyone and rip them apart no matter who they are. Eric Bischoff recently revealed on his podcast that he thought Retribution sucked. T-Bar was quick to respond on Twitter with a perfect response for Bischoff. T-Bar had this to say, "Thank you, Eric Bischoff. You are a huge inspiration for Retribution. We too aspire to one day destroy a billion-dollar wrestling company and bury it under fiery wreckage." T-Bar was obviously being sarcastic and funny there, referencing how Eric Bischoff destroyed WCW from way back in the day. So T-Bar is claiming that he's a big inspiration to the group because they want to do what he did and destroy a wrestling company as well. T-Bar also responded to some of the things we were talking about on how it made no sense for WWE to offer them contracts. T-Bar had his own explanation on why WWE hired them and had this to say. WWE offered us contracts because it was financially cheaper than all of the security guards we kept injuring. We signed the contracts to pay for others to do our dirty work. Our goal is still to destroy our current employer, WWE. Chris Jericho even responded to that tweet by simply saying, "Huh?" T-Bar responded to Chris Jericho by saying, "Huh?" right back to him, and linking several articles that showed that a Chris Jericho Fozzy concert was connected to nearly 250,000 COVID cases. So T-Bar is constantly ready to fire back at anyone on Twitter. But let's finally get to the big news of the week. That's the fact that Ali was revealed to be the leader of Retribution. We ran another poll on Instagram, and 81% of you said that you liked Ali as the Retribution leader. So that's great to see. It looks like the large majority of fans like the idea of him being the leader. I'm on board with Ali being the leader as well, and I was really happy it turned out to be him. I think it really fits and makes a lot of sense. Before the last few months, Ali was never used at all on WWE television. He would tweet out his frustration on how he was tired of wasting his prime by sitting on the sidelines. Ali was finally brought back to TV, but hasn't been doing much besides pointless six-man tag matches. Remember that Ali was originally supposed to be revealed as the SmackDown Hacker. The SmackDown Hacker was another character that didn't seem to like WWE and wanted to expose all of the WWE superstars for being liars and hiding secrets. Unfortunately, that storyline and character was cancelled for several reasons, but I feel like they can still carry some of the ideas and concepts from the SmackDown Hacker and still give it to Ali as the leader of Retribution. I love Ali as the leader of Retribution because it feels like we're at least going to see a portion of what his character was going to be like as the SmackDown Hacker. It'll be even more cool if Ali would mention the fact that he was the hacker earlier this year, but he felt like he needed to form a stronger operation, and that's how Retribution came to be. He was a frustrated talent that was looking for other frustrated talent to join him and form this anti-WWE faction. It's not a super detailed backstory, but I like it because it would finally tie up those loose ends from the SmackDown Hacker. So if Ali would own up to being the hacker and explain that he wanted to do something bigger than that, it would really make sense and finally explain to us why the hacker vanished. Everyone assumed earlier on that Retribution could be related to the hacker because of the exact same similar attire, and now look, the original hacker is now the leader of Retribution. We haven't seen much of Ali as the leader, but I love it already because the story is already there. Everyone knew how frustrated Ali was with his usage in WWE, so him being a member of the group makes perfect sense. Some even believe that the Ali reveal should have closed the show, and I agree with that as well. If that would have been the last thing we saw on Raw, it would have been even more impactful. It's a big deal though. It's finally a big role for Ali, and maybe we'll get to see some of the plans and elements that WWE had for his original hacker character. That's the right move right there. Retribution needed a main leader, and I think Ali is going to do an amazing job. What are your thoughts on today's wrestling news? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.